Geometry Dash is not necessarily a game for speedrunning. It is an auto-scrolling game where the player automatically moves forward and you can't do anything to speed up or slow down. The only thing you can do to move your player is jump. That's it. Well, technically, in other game modes, you can do other stuff, but really, you can only move up and down, and the levels always take a set amount of time. So you can see why this wouldn't exactly be a very popular game for speedrunning. If you don't die, which is quite a hard thing to do, it basically becomes a menuing race. And navigating a menu doesn't exactly make a very interesting speedrun. But there is one area of the game, one area that contains only 4 levels that actually might be good for speedrunning. The Tower. The Tower is an area made up of 4 pretty short levels that you have to platform through. This is the only area in the game that is platformer, not auto-scroller. And boy, it's actually very, very fun. And also, I find it much easier than the rest of the game. I can beat the whole thing much faster than I can beat, like, any other level. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, let's see how fast you can beat the tower. And today I'm going to show you how I managed to beat the tower in under 8 minutes. The Geometry Dash Tower is a very, very short speedrun. It's only about 10 minutes long at most. Sure, it could be like 20 minutes long if you keep dying to this final boss, which is really, 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 really annoying. But otherwise, it's actually not that bad. If you don't know that final boss, which, trust me, is quite hard, but with enough practice, it doesn't come that hard. Anyway, let's get into this run. The first level of the run is the tower. Yes, the area is called the tower, and the first level is also called the tower. But anyway, let's just get into it. To start off with the tower, we are going to make our way just over some boxes. Now, these 4 boxes right here killed so many of my runs. Honestly, this probably killed the most of my runs out of anything in the whole game. But anyway, after parkouring over these boxes, run under some fireballs, platform over some saws, and then make it to these weird spinning thing. I honestly don't really know what these are. It's hard to find a route through them. I typically like to go under them. If I land on this bottom platform, I do constantly accidentally go into the path that picks up the blue coin. But if you land on the top one, just jump up and you're good to go. And if you do get jammed in the bottom, it's alright, just walk out, jump up there. Anyway. Next up, we have the sewers. Now, the sewers is quite tricky. The elevator is hard, but you don't actually really have to try and go fast, because it is guaranteed to be 48 seconds long. You can't do anything to speed this up or slow it down. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the literal rest of the game, but it's not too bad considering the rest of the tower is actually able to be sped up or slowed down. Anyway, so the elevator is not that bad, but the start of the level, you can really optimize this It's not as this. I make sure to get to these spiky pillars before they have already slammed down, because otherwise you have to wait for them to come back up. Anyways, now it's time to move on to level 3, the cellar. The cellar is, well, long, but not exactly hard. Well, I say not exactly hard. Getting here is hard, and you still die about half the time. And when you do die, you can expect to spend 15 minutes getting back here, which is very, very not fun. And most of that 15 minutes is spent either dying to this elevator or dying to these 4 stupid boxes at the start of the first level. I don't know why I find them so hard. It's honestly insane. Anyway, next up, let's move on to, well, the next part of the cellar. You are first changed into a robot, which is the first game mode change in any of these levels, and then you have to traverse through these basic fireballs, and then these platforms. This is what killed most of my cellar runs. It still didn't kill that many, only about 40%. Then 10% was dying to other stuff, and then 50% was making it to the next level. But still, these platforms are so annoying. And even if it's only 40% of the time, still, they do cost me about 15 minutes getting back here. Anyways, after that, the rest of the level's not that bad. You do have to wait for this annoying cutscene to drop a bomb on Rattledash, but apart from that, yeah. Not really that bad. Anyways, now moving on to the final level, the Secret Hollow. The Secret Hollow is honestly not that bad at all. It's long, but not hard. I mean, if you do die, expect to spend half an hour getting back, but it's not that bad. You still do die half the time, so that's fun. And there are 2 main obstacles that were responsible for most of my deaths here. About 20% of my deaths were dying to these stupid spiky balls. And then another 30% was dying to this dumb cursed thorn. The cursed thorn is one of the longest boss fights in the whole game. Like, seriously, it's so long. You have to spend so long, like, attacking this guy. He has so much health. He also only occasionally fires an attack that allows you to attack him back every, 10 seconds. And it takes 8 or 9 of those attacks to even get him down. And then you have to wait for this bridge to pop up. Honestly, I got here in my final run at 6 minutes, and then I only barely managed to complete the level by 5 seconds until I got to 8 minutes. That is insane. But after all of that, I was able to complete this level. After I got to this guy 15 seconds later in 2 other runs, which ended up one being literally 9 minutes and the other one being just under 8 minutes 20. Anyways, I was finally able to beat the run. And I hope you enjoyed watching me finally beat that run. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, and stay speedy.